A missile strike has been launched at the command post of the 810th Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces in the city of Lvov in Russia's border Kursk region, local telegram channels reported. As a result of the strike by the HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, an explosion and fire occurred at the command post located in the building of the local sugar factory. Nearby passenger cars also caught fire and were destroyed. The nearby residential buildings were reportedly damaged as a result of the strike. Although the number of casualties has not been reported, it is believed that there were fatalities. Local telegram channels noted that the outcome of the incident was catastrophic. Meanwhile, Russian media reported that Ukrainian prisoners of war were being held in the building that became the target of HIMARS. Ukraine has not commented on this information.
Побывала в боевых действиях.
Вот что осталось от нашего дома 25 декабря 2024 года. Пятиэтажка Карла Липница, дом 39.
The fighters of the 80th Separate Airborne Assault Galician Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, who are fighting in the Kursk region, have not yet captured any DPRK soldiers. Senior officer of the Communications Department, Petra Gaidaschuk, spoke about this on the air of the telethon. According to him, units whose combat tactics differ from others are appearing in the brigade's area of responsibility, but they cannot yet confirm that they are specifically Koreans. These servicemen simply were not captured by us, and there are no documents that would indicate that these are servicemen from North Korea. At the same time, he said that several servicemen from one of the Russian motorized rifle brigades who were undergoing joint training with North Korean soldiers was recently captured. They saw Koreans, trained together with Koreans. At the point where the training took place, there were 830 servicemen from North Korea with them. They said that they were not confusing anything and that these were not some specific peoples from the Russian Federation who had an Asian appearance, Gaidaschuk emphasized. The prisoners also said that foreign soldiers are better fed and provided with weapons and ammunition, and the task of the North Korean military, as these prisoners say, is to storm our positions. And the Russian units go to the so-called defense to consolidate the positions that the Koreans are storming. But it often happens that the Koreans, according to the prisoners, fail to successfully storm our positions and all their plans are destroyed. Recall President Volodymyr Zelenski reported that North Korean troops have already lost more than 3,000 of their soldiers in Kursk region. He warned that Pyongyang could send new troops and equipment to the territory of the Russian Federation. Such information was also received from South Korean intelligence. It was noted that it could be about the supply of unmanned aerial vehicles. The Ukrainian Center for Countering Disinformation believes that North Korean soldiers are not adapted to the conditions of modern warfare. For example, some of them fight off drones with machine guns and their hands. According to Andrei Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation under the National Security and Defense Council, the North Koreans are not adapted to the conditions of modern warfare. They fight off kamikaze drones with machine guns and their hands. One such case was recorded by Ukrainian drones. During one of the attacks, an FPV drone hunted a DPRK soldier. He fought off the drone with explosives with his machine gun for several minutes without even opening fire, and then decided to catch it with his own hands. This ended with just retribution for the North Korean for participating in a criminal war. Russia has lost a large number of air defense systems and is unable to protect all of its facilities. This opinion was expressed on Radio NV by Anatoly Krapchinsky, an aviation expert and deputy director of a company producing electronic warfare equipment. Russia could close 40% of its strategic facilities at the beginning of a full-scale invasion. With the deployment of a full-scale invasion, most air defense systems moved to Ukraine, where they are being actively destroyed. There, by the end of 2023 to 2024, about 5 S-400 systems were destroyed in the temporarily occupied Crimea alone. Additionally, we can say about more than 900 air defense systems that were destroyed during the entire time of the full-scale invasion. This indicates significant losses in countermeasure systems, said Krapchinsky. The expert added that the most fortified regions in Russia remain Moscow and the Leningrad region, as they are home to a number of strategic facilities important to the Russian Federation. We have seen active strikes from Ukraine this year, and most of the interceptions are attempts to intercept our drones with small arms. Yes, there were cases with the use of Pantsir or more classic air defense systems, but these were the Moscow and Leningrad regions, Krapchinsky noted. In addition, the expert commented on the strikes by the Ukrainian Defense Forces on Kazan. In particular, he pointed to 3 significant targets in the area. This is a gunpowder plant. This is a plant that manufactures helicopter engines and an aircraft plant that repairs Tu-160 and Tu-22M3 aircraft, said Krapchinsky. Current Russian air defense doctrine follows a 3-tier approach. This layered system allows Russian air defense forces to create anti-access, area denial zones that can be difficult to penetrate. The highest tier of these defensive networks uses long-range systems such as the S-200, S-300 and S-400, providing air defense bubbles potentially up to 800 kilometers in diameter. These zones are typically augmented by the second tier, which includes medium-range systems like the 9K-37 Buck and its variants. This medium-range layer is intended to increase radar coverage within the air defense zone and augment the more limited inventories of longer-range interceptor missiles. The third tier uses mobile short-range systems like the 9K-33 OSA and the S-125 to provide extra protection for key areas such as military bases. These systems, along with highly mobile systems like the 9K-37 Buck, are often also attached to formations of ground forces in the field. Due to their vulnerability to low-flying threats such as cruise missiles, the first and second layer defenses are often guarded by point defense systems like the Tor or Pantsir S-1.